I thought I had it all. Here I am standing on stage with my perfect fitness model physique at this bodybuilding competition. And on the outside, my life looked just as perfect. I had just become a new psychologist in private practice. I was happily married, I still am, to my husband of 3 years. And I was a role model as a second-degree black belt to kids, teens, and adults. And I was really confident in everything I did, meaning I believed in my abilities to do things really well. But behind closed doors was another story. I was stuck in this cycle of food restriction, binge eating, beating myself up, and over-exercising. I was in tunnel vision, and I felt nothing but anxiety, shame, and emptiness. And deep down, some part of me knew there was more to life than what I was experiencing. But I couldn't get out of it. I didn't know how. And perhaps you're feeling that way too. Perhaps you've felt frustrated, lost, confused, or stuck. You might be feeling lost about your soul purpose and path. Or perhaps you're feeling like you're so resentful because you're putting everyone else first. And you're busy, but you're not doing things that are moving you forward in your own life, your health, or your business. Perhaps you're hustling, and all your efforts don't seem to match your results. And you question, is this really for me? Perhaps you have big ideas, but you're so scared to birth them out in the world because you are scared of what other people will think of you. So if you resonate with any of these situations, then today I'm going to show you how to master your mindset and energy so that you can manifest your desired results in your business. Specifically, because I work with coaches, healers, practitioners, and heart-based entrepreneurs, I'm going to focus on manifesting and attracting your soulmate clients. Woo! Woo! Yeah. And I'm going to share with you the common beliefs that get in the way of your business success. The 3 pillars I'm going to walk you through that are going to help you become a client attractor with ease, flow, and joy. And I'm going to share with you the power of integrating psychology, neuroscience, spirituality, and business marketing strategies so that you can really call in opportunities, money, and clients. Sound good? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But first, let's talk about our comfort zone. You know, this mental space that we put ourselves in and we kind of stay stuck in, even when aspects of our life, our relationships, our business aren't working for us. I get it, you guys. It is so scary to even dip your toe outside of the comfort zone. It's so much more comfortable in here. It's so much more safe. And let me tell you, when you decide to take courageous action to step outside of your comfort zone, or just even on the edge, you already take yourself out of tunnel vision. You already Open yourself up to all these different possibilities and perspectives that you did not see before. And I believe this is really about playing bigger. And playing bigger is a sacred responsibility. Hashtag truth. I first started learning about this truth back on that competition stage in 2009 when I came in last place. And last place confirmed I was not enough. So naturally, I had a breakdown, and I was led to learn about this method called Haikomi. And Haikomi is a mindfulness method that combines neuroscience, psychology, and this thing called spirituality. And what it means is, how do I stand in relationship with myself? And how do I stand in relationship with others? And what I learned was that I was unconsciously operating from this place, this belief that I am valued in my doingness, my performance, my achievements, my success, my status, how much money I'm making, rather than my beingness, who I am. And my doingness was never enough. No wonder I became an overachiever, a perfectionist, and a hardcore type A personality. Rest is for the dead, is what I would say. So I learned that another word for breakdown is spiritual awakening. And that is when I started to learn the art of slowing down. I learned how to let go of control and embrace perfectly imperfects and come home to myself. And I was so inspired by my own transformation that I got certified in Haikomi and eating psychology, and I worked with former versions of myself, both men and women, one-on-one and in transformational groups. I was so inspired to blog about my own not so typical fitness journey. And I really wanted to defy society and its beliefs around body image and self-worth. What I really want people to get is that in the after picture, what's the most important thing is that I am so much more free. I am so much more happy, even though my body doesn't look perfect according to society's norms. And as I shared my journey so vulnerably and courageously, do you know what happens when you boldly share your message out there? Big platforms like HuffPost come and find you. Yeah. And I got published on that big platform, and I realized, wow, here's another sign that I am so on purpose. And this led me to become the first psychologist in the province I live in, Alberta, Canada, in 2014, to create an online program. Hashtag lots of red tape. And I didn't care because it's about the message, it's about the impact. And what was incredible was that I started having customers around the world. And this led to, in 2016, my first international talk and a cover on a fitness magazine. And guess what? I did not diet. I do not have six-pack abs, and this is not photoshopped. And I, on purpose, wore very little clothing because I wanted to celebrate the part of me that I hated the most and brought me so much shame most of my life, my belly. And I wanted to celebrate my belly because I love my belly. And I wrote a 4-page article in this magazine called Flex Your Self-Love Muscle. And it was incredible the impacts this created. Again, defying social norms around body image and self-worth. Women started to share this, started to write me, started to say, oh my gosh, it's making me question how I go into relationship with my body and myself. And I'm starting to feel okay about my body. And women started to reach out to ask me to work with them. And this is awesome. This is super awesome. But I couldn't work with lots of them because of my license. Meanwhile, I'm looking at my coaching peers and I see how much location freedom, they can work with anybody, anywhere, and time freedom and financial freedom and the impacts. And my heart and my soul desired to be playing with my coaching peers. But my inner critic, that voice that holds you back, kept me held hostage for a while. And it sounds really logical. It would say things like, Roz, you have a young family to provide for. You make really good money as a psychologist. Are you crazy? Why would you start all over again with a new business? What if you fail? And it would say things like, wait a minute. You are going to demote yourself from a psychologist to just a coach. I know, the ego was really big. Who's gonna come see you because you're not covered under benefits? Okay, maybe not that big. And say what? You are going to risk disapproval from your Asian parents, especially your dad. Are you crazy? And so for a while, I played small and I stayed here while craving and wanting to play over there. And I started feeling the nudges again. I started feeling that sense of dissatisfaction, that sense of, I know I've got something bigger in me and I'm freaking holding myself back. And I couldn't stay here any longer. So I knew I had to tap into a different part of me so that I could create a new version, that next level version. And I knew I couldn't do this alone. So I made the scariest, let's talk about how far away I was from my comfort zone. The scariest investment at that point in time in my life. I hired a business coach and I went big. You guys can see how far I am from my comfort zone. And when I'm looking back, that is the best investment I had ever made. And she helped me tap into what I call today my bold, sexy warrior. What is a bold, sexy warrior? It is a leader who is here to serve, who is here with so much courage to birth their ideas into the world, to be authentic, to be creative, to listen to their intuition, to stand in their power, to be here to create win-win-win situations. Yeah. And here are some of my examples of bold, sexy warrior. And these are probably familiar faces to you. Starting with the top left, that is Malala. She is a Pakistani activist fighting for female education. Next to her, I don't believe he needs any introduction. He is Dr. Martin Luther King. He is a leader of the Civil Rights War. And then beside him is spiritual teacher turned politician Marianne Williamson, who taught about the Course of Miracles. And below Malala, Simon Sinek. Sexy Simon Sinek. And he is all about finding your why. Brene Brown, Power of Vulnerability. Madonna, Queen of Pop, always pushing the boundaries with songwriting and her imagery. Come on. Comb bra, enough said, right? And the late Dr. Wayne Dyer, spiritual teacher and motivational speaker. And what's amazing is that all of these leaders all had an idea. They're all different. They're all very different people with different energy, different vibe, but they all had an idea. And they courageously birthed their idea in the world so that they could create the impacts, the influence in a legendary way. And I am proud to say that today I am truly standing in my dream at Harvard. What I thought was an impossible dream only 4 years ago. I am a business coach that helps heart-driven entrepreneurs and leaders get out of their own way and show up and monetize on their calling through one-on-one work, running masterminds, and running my own entrepreneurial events. I love also traveling and speaking. And so it's, as you know, about my self-love bestseller in a self-love book. And here's my hubby, now 13 years together, 17 years. This is Dan. For fun, we have this side gig called Pleasure in the Bedroom and Bank, where he is a financial planner and me with my master's in marriage and family therapy, as well as my knowledge in shifting money beliefs. We love to inspire other couples to have more conscious communication in their relationship with money in a really soulful, sexy way. While raising these two high-energy, beautiful children. Yes, that is Everest, my 7-year-old, rocking my Wonder Woman outfit. Yeah. Who Wonder Woman is another bold, sexy warrior. And Logan, my 5-year-old, rocking my granny panties. That's right, I'm at Harvard showing off my granny panties. So now it's your turn. It's your turn to tap in to your bold, sexy warrior. So I'm going to walk you through the 3 pillars of my foundation to support you to understand what is it, if you think about what your big vision is right now, or that next level in your business, what it looks like. As I go through these 3 pillars, I want you to just notice which pillar do you need to hang out a little bit more in. This is my fun, bold, sexy foundation, where fun is all about being really clear and deeply connected with your purpose. And your purpose is not to be happy and to help other people. That is just a byproduct. Your purpose is so unique to you. It's that painful thing that happened to you that you never want to have happen to you or anyone else again. And when you do the inner work, you clear that energy, you use this as your fuel to your fire to create that big vision, and then the business model foundation and action plan aligned with your big vision and purpose. You get really clear about who you are here to serve. So you must niche. And then you create branding and messaging aligned with your big vision and purpose. Let's talk about sexy, because I love this pillar. This is my favorite pillar. We'll hang out here. I'm on a mission to redefine sexy. Sexy is not about what you look like. Sexy is about your magnetism factor. It is about owning your self-worth. Your self-worth is different than confidence. Self-worth is about the value you hold of yourself. Confidence is, remember, your belief in yourself to do things really well. So back in 2009, I was really confident, but I had very low self-worth. Now that I have higher self-worth, I'll say high self-worth, my confidence depends on the activity. If you ask me, Roz, are you comfortable with cutting your kid's hair? Oh, heck no. Are you comfortable to learn? Are you confident to learn? Yeah, I'm confident to learn to cut my kid's hair. Do you see the difference? Right? Sexy is also about owning your story. And it's also about owning not just who you are, but exuding your personality, all of it, your wholeness from the inside out. So it's dressing on brand. I see a lot of times entrepreneurs are hiding in their own clothes, or they're blending in. They're not truly wearing the clothes that exude their personality. And a lot of times underneath that, unconsciously, is because they think it's not safe to be seen. So I want you to know it's safe to be seen. Because when you truly show up, you start to attract your tribe, your soulmate friends, your soulmate collaborators, your soulmate clients. When you truly show up, your vibe attracts your tribe. So this is the map of consciousness. Ali pointed this out earlier today. And energy and thoughts are, emotions and thoughts are energy in motion. And our frequency depends on what our thoughts are. And what I want you to pay attention to is this is divided into two frequencies: high vibrations of love and low vibrations of fear. And at the very lowest of fear is shame. Shame is heavy. Shame weighs you down. Shame keeps you playing small. And at the very top of shame is pride. Pride is like that lid that's trying to keep the shame from leaking out. That was me back in 2009 when I'm wearing these masks. Massive perfectionism, massive control, massive I gotta do this alone, massive competition. And it takes courage as a first step to move towards love. Courage is about stripping off those masks and really looking at yourself, really looking at all those parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. I know, it's not easy, and yet it is so deeply important because it's the most rewarding work. Again, it's a sacred responsibility to do your inner work. And as you do that, you start to release the shame and you start to feel lighter. You start to elevate more in love, peace, and joy. This is flow state. And when you are in flow state, you are manifesting queen and king. Okay, manifesting only happens when a conscious desire, conscious thought matches an unconscious thought. So if you have beliefs that are limiting you, you are going to find yourself, even though you might be on a path to success, at some point going sideways and self-sabotaging. So let's talk about some of those common beliefs that sabotage your business success. I'm going to come back in my comfort zone. So I want you guys to know, you've been listening to this all day, but at the very core of us, we want to feel love, safe, and belong. And as we're born into the world, we are taking in information from all the people around us and making meaning of it. We mostly live in our unconscious brain as children because our conscious brain is still developing. And so as we're making meaning to it, we're creating strategies to fit in to our family system. And so these beliefs are not good or bad. At some point, they helped you survive. It's like that life jacket you created when you were young. But now, they may not serve you so more. That life jacket is not going to fit. So as you think about that next level in your business, I want you to notice which flavor of your inner critic is loudest. And it's okay if you have more than one. Don't beat yourself up. That's normal. So the first one is fear of failure. And a lot of times it's unconsciously success. Who are you going, if you outshine somebody, whether that's your parents or your spouse, you're going to hurt them. So it's better to play small. The I'm not ready. Even though you have credentials, courses after courses, you're still not birthing your idea into the world or launching into that next step. The self-criticism, this was my biggest one. You are your biggest bully to yourself. The things you say to yourself, you would never dare say to your children or your loved ones. Things like, suck it up, do better next time. And that's often paired hand in hand with perfectionism. Perfectionism, you're fixing things on the outside. And it's never good enough, so you don't move forward. You get paralyzed. Or how about the comparison trap, where you feel like you don't measure up to your peers, or you feel like a fraud. And self-doubt. We heard about self-doubt earlier. Self-doubt is constantly questioning your process and constantly questioning your ideas. So I want you to remember that it is about taking courageous action. When you take the courage to take action, that's where confidence comes in. Operate from your heart space, which is the space from your beingness. This is the sexy factor. And bold is about unapologetically sharing your truth, speaking up, and showing up. Bold is about getting in front of live audiences and a video in front of one-to-many, and you're leveraging with social media strategies, marketing strategies. And when you do this, the impact you create is huge. Bold is about really showing up. Here's the thing. How are your ideal clients going to find you if you're hiding? They're not. You got to show up and shine. It's your birthright to show up and shine. And as you do that, again, that's a magnetism factor. And your people, for my people pleasers here, let me tell you this. It is not your purpose for everyone to like you. Your purpose is to stand in your truth and share it. And here's the other thing. If you're not polarizing people, you are not being bold enough. So I want to invite you to really tap into fun, activate your purpose, embrace your sexy, master your mindset and energy, and really get deeply connected to your inner, bold, sexy warrior so that you can really create that impact. I want to close with offering you these words to really activate and deepen your inner bold sexy warrior. This is my Bold, Sexy Warrior Manifesto. And I invite you to place your hand on your heart or your belly. And just take a breath in as I offer you these words. You are a bold, sexy warrior. You are a heart-driven leader. You show up even in the face of fear. You stand in the fierceness of who you really are. And you're here to transform lives. Trust in your ability to tap, tap, tap deep into your gifts and activate them into the world. Breathe that in. And breathe out anything that doesn't serve. Breathe it in one more time. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I am Rosalyn Fung, and I invite you all to join my Bold, Sexy Warrior movement. If you're interested, you can go to funboldsexy.com. I have a freebie gift for you there where I dive in even deeper into these pillars for you. Thank you. Oh, let me just do my... See ya, comfort zone. Thank you, guys.